Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we're addressing a question that often comes up with DWI charges. Are field sobriety tests truly fair? This is an intricate topic, so let's take our time to understand it. First, let's define field sobriety tests. These are exercises law enforcement use to evaluate potential impairment in drivers. The three standardized field sobriety tests are the horizontal gaze nystagmus, the HGN, the walk and turn, and the one-leg stand. The HGN test examines the involuntary jerking of your eyes as they move from side to side, which can be exaggerated and occur at lesser angles if a person is impaired. The officer will ask you to follow a slowly moving object like a pen or a small flashlight or their finger with your eyes. In the walk and turn test, you're instructed to take 9 steps, heel to toe, along a straight line or an imaginary line, then turn on one foot in a prescribed manner and return in the same way, touching heel to toe. This test measures your ability to complete tasks that require mental and physical multitasking. That's why it's called a divided attention task. Sometimes your mental and/or physical capabilities can be impaired by alcohol and other impairing substances. The one-leg stand test requires you to stand with one foot approximately 6 inches off the ground and count aloud until the officer says to put your foot down. The test is normally intended to take approximately 30 seconds. This test measures for balance and concentration. Now consider that these tests are typically conducted at the roadside under stressful, often distracting conditions. This could be late at night, in poor lighting, with traffic whizzing past. The very situation could induce anxiety, potentially impacting your performance. Now let's discuss physical ability. These tests presuppose a baseline of physical fitness that not everyone possesses. People with certain medical conditions, older individuals, or those with physical disabilities may face difficulties that are unrelated to impairment by alcohol or other impairing substances. Despite this, the tests do not adjust for such differences, which can make them seem inherently unfair. These tests are also subject to human interpretation, and officers can make mistakes. An officer's judgment can be affected by their own biases or lack of training. It's also important to remember that humans are fallible, and an officer can misinterpret your behavior or responses, leading to a subjective and potentially incorrect conclusion. Failing these tests can lead to a DWI arrest, but it's crucial to remember that they're not foolproof indicators of guilt. From a legal standpoint, your attorney may be able to scrutinize how these tests were administered and interpreted. Your attorney can also challenge whether the officer was properly trained to administer these tests, whether they followed the correct procedures, and whether the external factors like weather or road conditions might have affected your performance. If you have medical conditions that could have influenced the results, we may be able to bring those to light as well. Your attorney's role extends beyond arguing your case in court. We help people understand the complexities of your situation, navigate the legal system, and hopefully craft a robust defense strategy. There are times it's also appropriate to bring in expert witnesses to challenge the validity of the field sobriety test, potentially strengthening your defense. While these tests are a common tool in identifying impaired drivers, there are many valid reasons to question their fairness. If you're dealing with a DWI charge, it's important to remember that you have rights and hopefully legal options. An experienced DWI attorney can provide the guidance and representation you need, challenge the results of the test when appropriate, and advocate for your best interests. We can help you unravel the complexities of your case, helping ensure that your side of the story is heard. Let's delve a little deeper into the legal aspects. In North Carolina, the state where our firm practices, for instance, there are different levels of DWI offenses ranging from level A1 to level 5, with level A1 being the most serious. Penalties can vary greatly depending on the level of the offense, prior convictions, and a lot of different factors. One key factor is your blood alcohol concentration, or BAC. In North Carolina, a BAC of 0.08% or higher constitutes impairment. However, you could still be charged with a DWI even if your BAC is under this limit. If your driving was allegedly impaired by alcohol, however, you can still be charged with a DWI even if your BAC is under this limit, if your driving was allegedly impaired by alcohol. There's more than one substance that can appreciably impair a driver. Field sobriety tests, despite their shortcomings, play a significant role in establishing this impairment. Sentencing for North Carolina DWI offenses can be complicated, involving many factors such as your driving record, whether you had a revoked license at the time of the offense, and whether any minors were in the vehicle at the time. Understanding these complexities is key to developing a strong defense strategy. A DWI charge can also lead to a license suspension. The length of the suspension depends on a good number of factors, including the severity of the offense, prior convictions, and whether you refuse the breath or blood tests. And again, an experienced DWI attorney will guide you through the process and help you understand what to expect. In some cases, you might be eligible for something called a limited driving privilege, allowing you to drive for essential purposes such as work or education during your license suspension period. This is an important aspect to consider, and your attorney can advise you on how to pursue the limited privilege if you are eligible. An experienced DWI attorney can help you navigate these multifaceted legal processes. They can analyze your case, advise you on the best course of action, and advocate on your behalf to help ensure you receive fair treatment. While field sobriety tests are a widely used tool for DWI arrest, there are significant reasons to question their fairness and reliability. If you're facing a DWI charge, remember that you have rights and possible legal options and resources available to you. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more detailed discussions on DWI charges and defense strategies. Don't hesitate to reach out to us if you're in need of assistance or have more questions. Thank you for watching, and we wish you all the best.